Hi there, we're at EEA Symposium here in London and delighted to be here with Rekha Toora, who is the Senior Vice President for Capital Markets for JLL and a huge influencer in how buildings and life in buildings is coming alive in the world of ESG. So Rekha, it's great to have you here. And tell us from your perspective, with the view you have, what are the big issues that JLL are trying to address and educate?
So we are the leading advisor in hotels across EMEA, and we interact with all types of capital groups. So we interact with sovereign wealth funds, institutions, owner-operators, family offices globally, and the capital is flowing literally all over the world. And our role is that we advise our hotel owners as to what they need to be thinking about when they're thinking about launching a sales process. We're advising them on value preservation. We're sharing intel across the board on what their peers are doing, because that's a burning question for them. And we're also sharing examples from asset management. What do they need to start thinking about? And actually, what's interesting is that we're seeing a trend not just from Europe, but coming in from Asia as well, as a result of the raft of reporting directives that are coming in. But it's team-wise.
Excellent. And you also chair the Capital Markets Committee at EEA. Can you tell us what are some of the topics and edgy topics that people are concerned about and how you're addressing that?
So the Capital Markets Committee meets every 3 to 4 months, and we have a number of participants on that committee. It's about 15 committee members, and it's growing. So it's large institutions. We've got some big private equity groups. Again, we've got owner-operators, a couple of family offices, and also it would be remiss not to include lenders. And what we're discussing is what are we doing on our own, in terms of our own efforts. How are we advancing on the ESG front? How are we approaching acquisitions? How are we tackling issues which are coming up? And is there some kind of standard? Are there a common set of questions that we can now share with the industry to help to educate them? Because if you consider the AUM of all the investors together, it's pretty significant. So we represent a strong voice for the industry. So the plan is to publish a thought leadership article each year to share what's coming out of the committee.
So as we look into the future, and you're looking at the key issues that might affect us, let's say in the short term, very short term, 18 months, what would be the advice to the audience, say, be aware of these 3 to 4 items?
I would say that, ESG has been more on the back burner for hotel investors, but it's quickly rising up in the agenda. It's going to be a priority area to help to determine whether they're going to buy or sell a hotel, or, whether they should hold on to it. So a lot of that, as they're doing their assessments of their portfolios, is going to drive whether or not they should be disposing of assets. And that's going to create a big value shift that will become embedded.
Thanks, Rekha. Really appreciate the insights from the Capital Markets Committee from the EEA. That is exactly what we need to learn about. That's how we distribute new thoughts and energy. Keep watching us. There's more to follow.